idea of justice if you were helping program artificial intelligence, Toastmaster Carson Schaefer?
That's a distinguished Toastmaster.
Well, I don't think so.
Could you please repeat the question?
Repeat the question.
What was the word? Could I explain what?
How would you explain to AI, if you were programming artificial intelligence, how would you explain justice to it?
Just,
Table topics questions aren't supposed to be difficult. How do you explain justice to AI? How do you explain humor to AI? Two disparate things, as Carl Ryder used to say. One, to train wreck. That's one of the problems for AI. AI has no emotion. It truly doesn't care. Now, it's not a flow chart. Attorneys can use flow charts. Judges, legal people can use flow charts. But it doesn't understand benevolence. And so it's trying to figure out something that we have an inherent ability to understand. Justice. What is right? What is fair? Well, this person did something wrong, but they had extenuating circumstances. Should that count? Should it not count? I don't know. An easy one next time, please.
What are some of your plans for your future, Toastmaster Judith Stein Farrell?
I am, what did you say? Judy. Just for the record, he never said that.
whoops. Skip over.
That is,
Whoops. I get that one.
Cary Grant never said that. What are my plans for the future? I am so glad I don't have to talk to an AI because I would just turn the damn button off. I have read Asimov. I know what happens to AI, and my future does not include being taken over by robots. Thank you very much. My plans for my future are to help make the world better, and I would work on the justice issue. Thank you very much.
What's the scariest dream you've ever had, Toastmaster Carlos Benitez?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I'll yield because I did the invocation.
Somebody wrote your name up here, I have no idea who. Toastmaster Carmelo Velarde III.
On the program.
Who, why do you guys sign it?
I didn't sign that,
Everybody's on the program.
unless you have the sign-up sheet.
Toastmaster Josh Harris.
Could you repeat that question after your call out?
I don't remember. Oh, what's the scariest dream you've ever had?
The scariest dream I've ever had. Wow. You know, you wake up in a cold sweat, wondering what just happened. Now you're trying to remember that dream, but you don't really want to remember that dream. I think for me, it's getting called out on a table topics that I had no good answer for. Realizing that I'm going to have to stand up here for something between 30 up to a minute, watching those lights, seeing how they're going to come. See that green light comes on, and you're slowly waking up. You know, can you land it? Can you wait? Can you hold it out? Will that yellow light come on? Can you do it? Or will you be hounded by the monster? And I'm looking right now, come on, who's got that timer? And he's going, and I think, thank you very much.
What would your utopia look like, Toastmaster Tim Linger?
Utopia. Oh, better tell them what it means first.
Yeah, first of all, utopia is sort of like a float into. True story. My dad was working in the military and he got his new private end and he sent the private down to the supply closet to get a floating tube.
Oh,
The supply sergeant knew what my dad was doing, so he sent him back and said, well, what size? And my dad said, well, just a small one will be fine. He sent him back down, he says, well, we're out of small ones, will mediums be okay? And by the way, ask Sergeant Linger, what color you want? So he comes back down, and then the poor private gets it. At that moment, this sergeant, I mean, this private was not in Utopia. Thank you, Toastmasters.
What makes you who you are, Toastmaster Bonnie Patterson?
Grammarian.
She's up there.
I apologize, my bad. Brandon Moore, Toastmaster Brandon Moore.
Right.
She's almost.
It's on the program.
She's
It's on the
retired.
program. It's on the program.
I wish not.
Not anymore.
I've done the program.
It was all shift.
Go for it.
What makes you who you are?
Thank you, Mr. Tabletop Master Mike Popper. With distinctive glasses and an excellent tie today. I think what's nice, any guys who they are is their ability to spread happiness, joy, passion. Let that passion that you have become your will. And give people compliments because they like you. Jeff's hair looks nice today. Carson looks spectacular after his birthday last week.
Wow.
Our president is looking glorious this morning, and
Whoa.
even the grammarian is not expressing any malevolence towards me today. And probably because I was prepared to take the position, so is this banana man eating healthy today. Yeah, I think that's what makes me who I am.
There you go.
What's the worst mistake you've ever made, Toastmaster Chip Keith?
Look out, here he comes. 300 pounds of muscle.
Getting older. The worst mistake I ever made, I made over and over and over again. I'm here to tell you not to do it, and that was wasting time. I wasted a ton of my youth. A lot of people I see wasting time looking for the answers of life in here. It ain't in here, folks. It's out there. So I'm going to give you a little trick to make your time. I can't make you live forever, but I can stretch time for you.
All right.
I will give you 3 words. Do me a favor. Say them back to yourself 3 times this weekend, and I will be eternally grateful. Those 3 words are, be here now.
Whoa!
I promised deep.
Deep.
What is the worst mistake you've ever made, Toastmaster Linda Miller?
Linda.
Good morning, everybody. I make a ton of mistakes every single day, and I try to learn from them when I can. Sometimes you are pulled into a situation where you really don't know what to do, and you ask God, hey, what's this all about? What do I learn from it? And hope to not repeat that same mistake twice. And hopefully you learn from it and grow. But yes, I am a mistake maker, and I always try to live by it, or live through it, get better by it, and just, forgive. That's it.
Oh, good.
Tell us about a pivotal moment in your childhood, Toastmaster Teresa Bed.
Teresa.
Pivotal moment. Childhood.
Oh.
I've got so many of them.
Shoot,
Where do I start? Something that's not malevolent, but benevolent.
Very good.
The moment when I realized I was special. The moment I realized no matter what people say to me, do to me, I can save myself, take care of myself, show up for myself. And that moment is the day I tried to take my life for the first time. And it finally released something in me after I was saved. And ever since then, I live life daily, and in the moment. So no matter what, just remember, there's so many malevolent looks and wishes from all over the place, from everyone. But do not give in.
Good job.
What social situations do you dread, Toastmaster Nadine Martin?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, so to be very honest, I would say that social situations I dread are me speaking in the middle of a room. Everybody, I'm clearly here for a reason. I struggle to speak in public, so I'm really hoping that being a part of Toastmasters will help me with that.
Good.
So that when I am on the spot, like now, I'm not as awkward and I can speak eloquently without being flustered. And I see that the word of today is malevolent.
Yep.
And I would say that my intent is not to be malevolent when I am speaking publicly. So if I do offend anybody, if I say anything wrong, by all means let me know it's not intentional.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Very fun.
What is your favorite memory related to childhood, Toastmaster Roy Shear?
Do you remember? He can't remember that far.
Must have a lot. Come on.
So,
Come on, Roy.
I finally had my right leg amputated, so I must give this one sitting down. I think malevolence, wasn't that something Lincoln used at the end of the Civil War? Malevolence toward none, charity for all? Wasn't it something like that? Anyway, childhood. Childhood. I wish I'd gotten the A1 question. Yesterday, I got on A1 and I said, do you think you could find me a lady? Oh, let's see, this is already generically wrong, so I missed all of them, but vote. And A1 said, come on, Christy, give me a break. I'm gonna sit next to you again. A1 said, what was that question? I said, find me a young woman who's intelligent and finds me very handsome. A1 came back and said, sorry, could you ask another question? That one's impossible to answer. I thought it was funny. That's it, done.
Why do people like watching movies that scare them or make them sad, Toastmaster Morris McNitt?
I apologize.
Why do people like watching movies that make them scared or sad?
The human being is an emotional being. So anything that develops a response, whether it be pleasure or evil, anything that develops a visceral response is going to be something that attracts individuals. Depending on the person's bent, is it going to be the positive things that make you really look forward to those things? Or is it like me? I love to laugh. Give me a comedy every time.
Yeah.
I love a good comedy. I love to laugh. I love to make other people laugh. I love to see a smile on their face. If I can make a person smile, I've done my job. And I am non-malevolent.
Now you're not. You're a good guy.
What is the story behind how you met your best friend, Toastmaster Catherine Lozier-Boulet?
So I'm on the program, but whatever you would like me to do. I'm 5 of the
Jeff
day.
Ruffinock. Jeff Ruffinock.
Is there people that are not yet?
Jeff
How
Ruffinock.
about the same question, Jeff Ruffinock? Ruffinock.
Toastmasters and guests, my
my best friend. I don't even know how we met, so I'm not even sure how to answer the question. I just know that we did a lot of things together. Boy Scouts. I know I met him at some point in elementary school. And yeah, I don't know. Of all the questions I could have gotten, I got this one. So I think maybe I'll ask A1 if A1 can help. What is A1? Steak sauce? Why are you asking steak sauce? Well, it took until Roy sat down and I said, I need to channel some Chipkeep. Be here now. See if I can. What's he doing? AI. Meant AI.
Really?
So that's AI. I'm guessing you meant AI.
I'm dyslexic, by the way.
That's some justice for you right there. So with that, I know I'm supposed to, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 30 seconds, to honor DCM Carmelo Velardo III's request, let's honor and respect time. Can't ask when we honor time, so let's just take a moment of time to be here now and respect the time. Can we all do that together? Respect. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
What makes you look up to your heroes, Toastmaster Mark Ehlers?
Mark. I'll call one in here.
I think what makes me look up to most of my heroes is the fact that most of them are dead. I think some of the things that I find heroic in people, for instance, my mother was very heroic in that she wasn't real loud or boisterous, and she was never malevolent. But she was just quietly go about smiling and being around people. And I can only speak for myself, but she was just an enjoyable person. So she was one of my heroes, and I look up to her often. Thank you.
Oh, very
Why do people build monuments? Toastmaster Tim Rickey.
Why do people build monuments?
I'm doing as well as Roy today. Anyway, when I think of that, if you go back to thinking the Egyptians, why did they build these massive things? And this is continued through history because the person building them is not the person that desired to have it, it's the person that's going, that's leaving. They want to leave a legacy behind. Look at I did, It's an ego trip for most of them. So that doesn't quite fit into what we would look at things today, Put the ego aside and help people in any way you can. And give them the most precious thing you can give them, and that is your time. Now, love with it? I can't pronounce that right. Somebody will help me with that?
You did a good one. That was good.
I got the word in. Thank you.
What would be in a playground made for adults, Toastmaster Rebecca Eggleton?
Good morning. Oh, gosh, in a playground. Well, I'm going to think back to when I was a kid. I loved to be on the swing set. So to this day, I enjoy going on a swing set. But I have to say, there's some pretty cool things that are out there now. You've got some rock climbing walls. You've got, I was at a park in San Diego, and they actually had your whole fitness center outside along the bay, which was very cool. So if I had to put it all together, I'd say be at the water and think nothing malevolent, be present in the moment, and think about time and enjoy the park as an adult.
valuable lessons would you learn from history, Toastmaster Luis Baby?
Wow. Wow.
I said, I hope he's not gonna call me.
Nice try.
I tried to hide on the corner right there. It's a valuable. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please could you repeat the question to make sure that I know.
What valuable lessons have we learned from history, or have you learned from history?
From history. Boy, that's a good question. From history. I cannot say anything that I learned value from history, but I can say that I learned value from my father. He's 85 today. He's a very active man. And he gave me a lesson when I was young. In my 20s, my heart was really broken from a guy that left me. And he looked at me and he said, the day of your wedding, you will forget that broken heart that you have with your previous boyfriend. I said, that's a good story, and I use that now with my kids. When they have a broken heart, I tell them, the day of your wedding, you will forget that moment. Thank you.
One more real quick. Describe your vision of the good life, Toastmaster Benjamin.
Good morning. All right.
The good life, tell us about it.
I think we always try to think about the pleasant moment, the moment where we can enjoy ourselves. But I think that it is much better, more significant, if we have built the circumstances to reach that happy moment. For example, my experience in Toastmasters, the first day that I walked into a meeting in Chicago. This is where my accent comes from, by the way. That was my first meeting, and my friend said, we have something called Toastmasters, table topics. You have to come. No. It's going to be so difficult. Still, it is difficult today. After so many, I feel that there's a little bit of progress, and that is a happy state in life.
And please give us a time report.
Table topics master, there are 0 disqualifications.
Whoa!
Wow, well done, people. Vote for 2 and take a 2-minute break, and that means 2 minutes.